Once PowerDraft is loaded to your machine, you can click on the icon to get into the program. And it is the icon with the two drafting triangles on it for PowerDraft V8i. So we'll open him up there. I do also want to point out right now too that PowerDraft V8i is very similar to prior versions of PowerDraft that we have used, and a lot of the differences between older versions and this version are subtle, but we are going to go ahead in this tutorial and highlight how to create features with PowerDraft V8i. So once you open up your file, after you download, your view and settings should be, if not the same, very similar to what I have on the screen here. Couple things I'm going to start off with are setting some of my own preferences when it comes to working within a file. You'll find that there's multiple ways to do things, but I'm going to get started off by adjusting the settings in this view to work what I'm accustomed to. So the first thing I'm going to do is configure how my buttons work, and to do that we go up to Workspace and then you scroll down to where it says Button Assignments. Now within here it has a bunch of information. What I'm interested in is the remap buttons button, so I'm going to click that. And when it comes to drafting in CAD, there's three different features that your mouse can do that are most important. Your data button is used to actually select on elements, select points, and enact features, like the start of a place of a line, for example. Next to that is your tentative button, which is a similar feature, except instead of actually enacting the command, it kind of just selects the area before you enact the data command. So it's kind of a precursor to the data command. And then lastly, you have your reset button, which when you click that, it'll eliminate the command that's being enacted and allow you to select other things or stop drawing lines or whatever function you have going. As far as my setup goes, I like to have the data button be my left button, which is fine. The tentative button, I work with a wheeled mouse, and I like my tentative to be clicking on the wheeled mouse. So in order to do that, I hover my cursor down to the button definition area, and by pressing down on my wheel, it changed it to middle button, which is what I like. And then lastly, the reset is, for me, is set to the right mouse button, which works well for me. Something I would like to point out is if you do have a mouse that doesn't have a middle button, you can assign that to be something different. If I go back down here and click the right and the left button at the same time, a tentative feature would be enacted by using the right left button chord, or similar, you can hit the shift control button. That changed some things there. But there's different ways by selecting what you want in the button feature to have it be what you want. So I'm set with left, middle, and right the way I like it, so I'm going to go ahead and OK that, and I can get out of this. The next feature that I'm going to want to set here is something you'll definitely want to do, and that is to set the working units for my drawing for each of these grid points. And to do that, we will go to Settings, Design File, and the category I'm interested in right now is Working Units. And when I click on the working units, the default for PowerDraft here is units and metric, or in meters. Typically when we do our work for MDOT, we work in units of feet. But for this project that we're going to be doing here, this design is quite a bit smaller, so we're going to want to set our master units to inches. And that brings our subunits to inches. A couple things I'm going to adjust here too is accuracy. When we're doing measuring and placing lines, we can put that down to the hundredths decimal place. And as far as that setting there, I think that'll work there. One other feature, I need to get back into my settings design file. And I want to check my active angle, my angle readout is what I want to check. And similarly, like I put the accuracy down to 2 decimal spots, I think for here I'll go down to 1 decimal spot. That's up to you and how accurate you want to show on your drawing. So I'm going to go ahead and OK that. And with these steps right here, I have set my button assignment on my mouse to work the way I want, and I have adjusted the working units of my file to work for my drawing.